Hello guys and welcome to a Fallout 4 special. Today is Monday the 9th of November, the day before Fallout is released. And my name is Superfly, and with me today we have...
It's Tom. Hi guys.
Howdy.
Rammer.
Okay, brilliant. Alright, so we're going to discuss Fallout 4 today, aren't we guys? Basically, all we're going to do is we're just going to spiel out everything that we know and hopefully discover some things that the other guys know. And if you don't know what Fallout 4 is, it's basically an up-and-coming open world action role-playing game. It's developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. And it's released tomorrow on the PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's set 2 years after a nuclear war, so a big bomb has gone off. And Fallout 4 is basically set in Boston of the United States. And it's about a guy who comes out of an underground bunker known as a vault. So if you are familiar with Fallout 3, the gameplay is similar. It's basically completing quests, getting experience, and also allowing new abilities just to enable you to traverse the wastelands, as it were, a little bit more comfortably. So anyway, we're going to go shoot straight ahead, and we've got a couple of questions that we kind of want to ask ourselves and try and answer. So basically, guys, what are we looking forward to in this game?
I'll take a lead. Go on, Tom.
I'll go on. I'll start things off. Calm
down.
Okay. Since I've played quite a few Fallout games, I think the one thing that stands out most to me is base building. Like I was not expecting that. That's something completely by surprise during the E3 announcement.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't in Fallout 3, was it? That's in Fallout 4 now.
It's apart from, I suppose you could technically say Skyrim. That was the game that was really first introduced, but it wasn't particularly great.
You could build a house, couldn't you? I forgot about that.
It wasn't particularly great though, because there wasn't much customization to it. It was just add this, add that, but it wasn't say, oh, not add it here. This is where it's got to go. It's like we know where it's got to go. You just got to give us the materials to do it, which is a bit naff. But yeah, like it's as soon as they announced it, was like, whoa, really? And then when they showed off gameplay, it was like, hang on a minute, this is like Ark style like base building. It's like proper, like you have control exactly where things go. So
I was about to say, do you think they've looked at Ark and thought, my God, it's possible, we're going to incorporate that, we're adding that, and do you think it's going to be like, it was like a last minute addition to the game, do you think, or do you think...
Funny, because I actually wrote down that Ark as well.
Well, that's it. Do you think that they'd seen it last minute and just thought, do you know what, let's bang this in, because Ark can do it.
I think it was like with most survival games now, like a space you can make your own, and like you've worked on as you're leveling up for a game. It'll make Fallout feel like you've actually accomplished something.
Yeah, so you're basically tailoring the experience to yourself, aren't you? So it's a bit more personal. But,
How dare you, Ben?
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
How dare I what?
Chopping off a dead claw's arm is an achievement. I have accomplished something.
You mutilated a poor creature in the wasteland. Good for you.
What else is there with the base building? Can we defend the base? Does it get attacked? Does it get populated? And how big can we go? Can we build cities? Do you think, or is it just? Do you think it's just limited to one house?
We used Skyrim as a base. When you had the house, you could actually get someone to come live in it with you, because most people always went for that lady. Turned out to be a maid sort of thing.
I wouldn't. Yeah, you could. You probably get something like that in your house or shelter in Fallout, but I wouldn't say city, because that's probably a bit too much.
Perhaps
I think
from town or something like that, but
I think more like a town. Yeah, 'cause I think from the footage they showed of the E3 and obviously recently, it's like a little mini town that you've got, and obviously like people come to your town to populate it. Obviously, if you build like a market stall or something like that, traders come to stand there and sell your stuff.
Well, that's it, yeah, because if you remember, say, from my experience, I played Fallout 3 first, so I'm remembering back to Fallout 3, and when I emerged out of that vault and I went travelling, I came across, I think it was called Nuketown, and essentially that's what we're kind of making, that sort of defence, and making a little settlement, or hamlet, if you like, with people can move there and live there, and develops its own storyline. We don't know. There's a lot of features there that we don't know about, and I'm going to put my hand up. We have no more information on that side of things, but I think it's definitely top of my list is base building as it is yours there. But I want to move on from base building and shelters now, and we're just looking at the wasteland itself. It is set in Boston, and so I don't know Boston itself. The one in Fallout 3 was set in Washington, wasn't it? and so obviously there's some famous monuments and places there in Washington. I want to know what is in Boston. What do you think? There's something interesting going on in Boston. I do apologise for everyone who lives in Boston at the moment. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of interesting places there, but I don't know Boston. Do you guys know Boston? Do we know anything?
I'm pretty much uneducated when it comes to Boston.
I'm the same as well.
I know as much as what I know from driving around on the crew, if that counts.
You see that's the extent of my education on America. Is the crew or
does it count?
I suppose it does, really. And GTA. We were only saying the other day, weren't we? Was it Microsoft 365 Online, the email system?
Yeah.
And it's got the Santa Monica sort of road off to Santa Monica or whatever, Santa Monica Beach on the left-hand side. And we're like, always pointing out to colleagues, oh, I know that. And everyone's going, oh, do you go there? No, we just play GTA a lot.
Driven down it many times. Raced through that tunnel.
Yeah, I killed someone on that bridge.
But I think we've got a little off topic here.
Yeah,
I think we're kicking dust down a dead end there. All right, yeah. So let's move on to combat then. First-person shooter, RPG and everything. We've got a VAT system on the Pip-Boy. So
that what it's called? The VAT system with the percentages on each body part.
Cool. They've also, though, from what I've seen, they've tried to make it so that it's more of a first-person shooter as well. So you can either do both. You can either use the VAT system and do like the old style RPG off of Vegas and Free, or you can do like more of a first-person shooter, so more Call of Duty style with the hit markers and stuff that comes up.
Because I got the feeling from the previous games that it was just VATs all the way. Just use VATs, even when
wasn't it? Like you used to just spam it, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
1% chance on the headshot, or try aim it yourself, basically.
Really? So we're not going to be able to spam this system anymore. It's going to be you're going to have to build your VATs up. Well, you did anyway, didn't you? At the bottom there was a bar that you had to build up. So every kill that you got, you built it up.
Was it AP?
It was action points.
I think action points, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, the action points thing, I think that built up naturally on its own, like stamina would.
Oh, right, okay.
It wasn't really based on kills, I don't think. I don't know if they're going to alter it this time. They've not said. It might just be the same for all we know. But that's the safe assumption.
Right, okay.
Going back to the environment, there's something called the Glowing Sea, which I have actually seen a screenshot of.
Okay, Glowing Sea.
Barren land, from what I've seen, I don't know.
So do you think we were able to swim in this or anything like that?
It's like a dried desert sort of type thing.
Oh wow, look at that. Okay. Done some quick research, aka Googling. Yeah, it's just a barren wasteland. It's great.
Brilliant. So it's
we've swam in previous Fallout games, so I guess we'll swim somewhere.
Yeah.
There'll be a puddle somewhere we can paddle in.
Well, that's all we need.
If you're drowning in it, you can always swim to the butt.
That's it. We can always take his wellies off and got his feet. I'm just trying to sort of work out what's going on there. Anyway, I'm going to move things on quickly here. So we're talking about the bases building, exploring, free roam, combat, karma. Now, do we get to play as evil and good again? And if so, are there achievements for both evil and good? Again, guys, I put my hand up here. We've not really looked too much into this. But we believe that there's if we're going to sort of branch on sideways from that, when you're having character talks and things like that, you can only pick, if you pick an aggressive answer to someone, then you've got to stick with aggression all the way through that conversation. Is that right? Do you think that's something that's a good thing to change there?
Maybe.
I'd probably say yeah, because like people could just go back and forth in the other games. Like it's more of like a commitment now. Like if you choose to go one way, made that choice, and obviously the people around you have witnessed that, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a bad guy, and for that conversation anyway, and that's it. Or he's a bad, well, maybe not bad guy, but negative person maybe, or compared to positive.
Okay, so you're saying that once you step out that vault into that wasteland, you think to yourself, right, I'm going to be a badass, and you start playing badass. You mean to say you've not got the opportunity to change your ways? Like everyone else in the world has, doesn't it? Whether you're good or bad, you have that opportunity to change your ways as it should be in this. So you're saying once you choose to be bad, that's it, forever you are bad for that person. Whether you save their asses or what.
I don't know on this one because there's a new conversation system. Because on the old Fallouts, it used to show you what they'd said, and then there were a list of topics. Say like this one says that and I need to go here and so, and it showed you everything you were going to say. Well, on this one, apparently, it's more like a Mass Effect style system where it's just like you've got 4 buttons that you can press, and it almost says like nice, whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't show you what you're going to say; it just gives you a snippet. You might not even know whether you're being good or bad.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah, that's good. It's
always good though to play bad. I find it's boring being like a goody two shoes on the game sometimes, then finding out, oh, I could have just blown this guy away and just nicked all his stuff.
You're the type of person that thinks Darth Vader's a lot better character than Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah, he has his own empire, employs millions of people on his spaceship. Good guy.
Because Darth Vader's so evil, he's been able to give employment to masses of people, thus lowering the unemployment statistics. Whereas Luke Skywalker, on the other hand, is so cavalier in his approach to government that everyone's unemployed and sponging off society.
Sponging.
And he's also a rebel.
Crashes Yoda's path, right?
I've never heard anyone say that before. That's a really good way of thinking about it, actually.
How we've got to this stage off topic from Fallout 4, I've no idea, but I'm going to move swiftly on. Back to topic, and we're going to move on now. So we've got I've got in front of me here. I've got minimum specs for the PC version only, guys. Don't worry, you PlayStation 4 people and Xbox One people, you've all got the same machine. But us PC people have got many different sort of hybrids of Master Race. God, I hate that. I'm going back on console as soon as I possibly can. Anyway, that's just me. But so we're looking at operating systems, Windows 7, 8 and 10, and presumably that's 8.1 as well. 64-bit is required, just simply because the minimum spec of memory is 8 gig of RAM, and they're saying a Core i5, which according to this minimum that they reckon is 2.8 gigahertz. Probably equivalent AMD is a Phenom 2 that runs at 3 gigahertz, and they're saying a GTX 550, which is good news for me because I'm running a 650, or an AMD Radeon HD 7870, all with 2 gig of memory and a 30 gig hard drive as well. So that's minimum spec, and I think that's quite a good spec really for minimum. It opens up a lot for people who have got lower end machines, and there's a lot more people with lower end machines than people with high spec machines. You know, like all these YouTubers that can afford it and things like that with all these really shit up machines.
Yeah,
that's good, is that? It's quite fair. But does that worry you guys? Does that mean there's going to be a payoff for that? Or do you think... Because I've seen the size of the game install, it's around 25 gig to 30 gig. That, in respect to many other new games that come out, is quite low. And to me, that's the high-res graphics aren't... The high-res textures, probably not in there, which for the recommended or the over-recommended spec would be able to handle. So do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, the fact that it's a lower sort of spec? Arkham Knight wasn't that low. Arkham Knight wanted I think 660 is the lowest graphics card. And in all fairness, I ran it on a 650. So what do you guys think?
Do you mean like the gap between minimum and the recommended? Or...
Well, I mean the fact that the minimum spec is quite low. It's good because it opens up the door, the possibility of a lot more people being able to play Fallout 4, because a lot more people will have a lower end machine. But
maybe it just means it's more played away. Yeah, you know, like on Ark, obviously, when we're doing stuff and it becomes like just one smooth texture, or we can have it up at other end where we're moving at like 1 frame a second or whatever, but it looks beautiful.
Well, yeah.
I just feel like that.
Could it look even better?
Differences.
Could Fallout 4 be better than what it possibly is? Because the minimum spec is going to drag it down. And what I'm saying is the install size is not that big compared to some of the other games. So does it have a lot of high definition textures in there, which people with a higher spec machine would be able to take full advantage of? Or does it not have those? So people with a high end machine are not going to get anything special. They're just going to get what a recommended setting is, or just slightly, does the minimum spec drag it down?
I don't think it will, actually. I think it'll look pretty good on like here on the minimum specs, GTX 550, the 2 gig card. I think it'll look pretty decent. And obviously the other guys with like the high end machine, they could run it in Ultra and all this, compare it to Crysis graphics and all this crap.
But is the Ultra going to be? Is it going to be good looking? Is it going to be Ultra?
Fallout 3 was
Oh,
a
yeah,
lock-in, so
definitely.
it's not going to make much difference, is it? Really, they could probably use Fallout 3's graphics and get away with
Well,
it.
I've seen the comparative screenshots between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 looks so much. It does look amazing, but they're like sort of PR pictures and video footage, which is all done on a high spec machine. It won't be done on the recommended machine. It's done on a high spec machine, so it does. In all honesty, it does look really good. But could it look better? I don't know. It's probably a worst question in the world. I don't know, guys. Write in, comment, discuss, slate me for it. I was just trying to move the conversation on from Star Wars and employment.
The Death
with
Star
regards-
Job Centre.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
I think we missed some bits, haven't we? Like what we were worried about and all that
Well,
stuff.
that's all right. Don't worry about that.
That's fine. I was just moving on to that. Really, I wanted to get in what we're worried about. I suppose that is what we're worried about. Really, I was quite worried about the minimum spec of the requirements.
And you mentioned Arkham in there as well, so that is something else that we're worried about. That it completely falls on its ass
Exactly.
on launch.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm in respect to what you've just said. Then, is anyone worried that this is going to be buggy as hell and it's going to fall on its ass? Bethesda are known for making wonderful Fallout games, but as we know from Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, they are buggy, but not game-breaking buggy. Is anyone slightly worried that this may have come out before its time, or do you think it's come out exactly when Bethesda wants it to come out?
Has it been like 4 years between each game? So
Publishing it themselves as well.
2010,
so
I think,
there's no EA piling on pressure on this one. They've published it themselves, haven't they?
But yeah, I think they have a parental company called it's Bethesda Softworks. So I think that company, they're not going to say it's a bit like you sort of forcing yourself to go out of the house when you don't want to go.
They're not going to do
an
an EA either. They've only
No.
just started doing
Or-
that game.
or an
but we want it
Atari.
out next week.
or Ubisoft.
Or Ubisoft, yeah, or Atari, Test Drive 2, Unlimited 2, absolutely gutted
Yeah.
by that. But anyway, that's off topic. So, first day bugs, things like that. There's going to be some first day bugs. There's bloat flies on it.
It It's to be honest, with games, open world games, especially on the scale of like Fallout and Skyrim, there's always going to be bugs because players will find every little nook and cranny to find a bug that will help them either do better in the game or just turn it on its arse upside down. And within a couple of weeks, maybe a month, most of them will just be ironed out. It's basically public testing. Unfortunately,
yeah.
a launch day or a launch week is public testing.
I'm surprised they aren't fucking bringing it out on alpha.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm just reading off our list here, and someone's written down NPCs with cracking tits. Discuss. I'm stoked to find this out. I really am. If this has got what we think it's got in, it is.
Yeah,
I'm worried that it's under the what we're worried about topic and not what we're looking forward to.
All I'm gonna say is mods, PC mods, that's somebody's already got that sorted.
I'm just about to say, yeah, good one, Tom. Mods, things like that. But there will be one. We're not
That's
just
the
some
cracking
sad
tits
bunch of fat
Yes.
people that are just worried
yes.
about
That'll be out there
in-game
somewhere.
characters with the boobies out.
Almost
Although,
that
I must
doing it
admit, I did like Left 4 Dead with Zoe, with naked Zoe on. That was quite good. Moving off topic again. Back on topic. Even worse, I've got written down human/dog relationships. Now,
I think the point there is like the interaction between you and your little dog companion, not like bestiality.
so platonic relationship between you and you and man's best friend,
Yes.
which isn't what's in between your legs.
Jesus
Right.
Christ.
So do you think that's something that'll develop with a storyline, or do you think that's something that can be a sideline to the game, a little side game or something like that? Be like in what was it, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you could pursue relationship. I think in GTA 4 you could do as well. I'm not so sure. I can't remember, but you could pursue relationships right up to a climatic censored event. It were an event that you had your clothes on for, I think, in GTA San Andreas. But do you think? I'm not saying human-dog relationship will go that far.
I think we're going to glide past that. I think
Again,
it's
mods. Anything's
I think-
possible with mods.
having your little dog.
Do you think it's going to
companion
go
with
like Mass Effect, where you could sleep with that alien woman? Do you think it's going to go like that sort of lines?
you. Well, dang, okay.
Yeah, was there any controversy with that? I don't think there was there? I think it's quite possible we could have some sort of.
No, that was just the ending.
Oh right, no, I think on Mass Effect 3 and 2, I think you could do it with anyone really, but that was up to personal choice and preference. So moving swiftly on.
Has anybody else looked at the battle suit? The powered armor, and thought that looks a lot effing bigger than it.
Yeah, that's one thing
you
you missed.
think
The
it
power
is.
suit, like you can obviously there's outfits that you can wear in the game just like in all the other games, but in this one there's an actual power armor suit that you whack on and you like literally like a
whack on and whack off in.
Yeah, well you jump in and you turn into Iron Man basically because you've got like a jetpack on it. Well,
right,
mini jetpack.
yeah.
Well, I've
seen it with jetpack.
It's
and
like
a
a jump
minigun.
pack. It's like a jump pack, really. But yeah, it's cracking. That's gonna. I don't know what to say. It just looks awesome.
Do you think it's like one of many armors? Like it'll last so long, break, and you have to climb out. A bit like on Gears of War, where you got into.
You have to repair it.
They've said you can customize it. You can get different boots, heads, chest pieces. Like it's fully customizable. Like all the different styles of power armor.
Cool if you could paint it, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
We don't know. Write in, guys. Remember to write in and comment. What else is there, guys? Anyone else have anything else for the agenda?
Weapon customizations. All the weapons are customizable.
Wait, I was just going to bring that up. You've seen that on weapons.
Does that because I remember you could customize in Fallout 3. I've heard that we can actually build weapons in this. Is that true?
You could in Fallout 3, couldn't you? Because you built the rail sleeper gun and stuff like that.
Yes, that's true. That's right. But in this one, can we adapt weapons and turn? I don't know if we get an Uzi. Say if there's an Uzi in it. I'm not saying there is.
But you can do long barrel, short barrel. You can change stocks. You can change sights. That sort of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
On the Fallout 4 wiki, I think there's 44 confirmed weapons.
Whoa, that's flipping out.
And then there'll be different types of it. There'll be a rusty one, a standard one, and legendary one.
Exactly, but then the customization, wow! Like just like the way you can customize them is like ridiculous. There's 44 base weapons, and you can customize them God knows how many times. So it's like quite a large amount of different.
Please tell me this is real. I've just googled it, and you can do a bladed aluminium baseball bat that's got a jumping saw blade on it.
Yes, you can.
Oh wow, that kind of reminds me of Dying Light, where you could customize your clubs and your bats with like electricity or sharp, pointy bits sticking out and things like that. So that sounds good. So support characters, companions. I'm moving on. Sorry about this, guys. We're running out of time here. Support characters, recruitable companions. Apparently, there's 12 of them, and I'm presuming Mr. Handy, which we've seen in the videos, the robot, and Dogmeat, the dog. I'm believing he's called Dogmeat, as the one in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 was called. Fallout New Vegas was called Dogmeat as well. Does anyone know of any other recruitable characters?
Not really.
There's going to be there will be female characters to recruit because I've actually had a nose at the achievements or trophies, and there's an achievement for falling in love with your companion. So obviously, to please both sides, there's going to be male and female companions in the game.
Or your dog.
I reckon this is going to be
yeah.
heavily linked with base building. So you'll have like your companions working out of that. Maybe you can send them off from there, like like Fallout Vault or whatever. Gather resources for you, put them in your base that you've created.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that would be good.
So, like in the game Fallout Shelter.
Just speculating there, but maybe.
Well, if anyone's ever played it on the tablets, a game called Fallout Shelter, you build in a vault underground, and you get some of the support characters from the previous games and from the new upcoming game, and you get them to join into your vault, and you can just send people out roaming the wastelands, can't you? On that, perhaps you could do that, like Ben just said, and you can send them out for a couple of hours. Or walk away, come back on the game like 2 days later, and these guys have been out for 2 days solid, and they've got a lot of juicy weapons and armor and bits and pieces. And
You just reminded me I need to go get Alistair Tenpenny back.
I've still got Sarah Lyons out. That Brotherhood of Steel woman. Anyway, does anyone else have anything else just to add?
No, I actually want us to hurry up and get finished because the more we talk about it, the more I want this more than Battlefront.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Where's the information gone? I'm just looking on my browser now. Right, you mentioned the 30 gig download. They've said there's an additional download on launch day to make the game playable.
Really?
Well, I'm guessing.
Okay.
But there might be some extra files on top of that to download.
I've just preloaded it yesterday, and I think it was around 25 gig, and the minimum spec is saying 30 gig, so that's roughly probably another 5 gig on launch day possibility, and then obviously DLC to add to that as well, isn't there?
Also, I'm just trying to throw in everything I can quick. When obviously we were just talking about graphics, remember Skyrim got HD texture packs for free.
All right, so that wasn't actually a standard then.
No, that was like, I think, was it like a year after, maybe, or half a year after Skyrim came out? But obviously, because I think again the same question came up: how good or how beautiful could Skyrim could have looked then? So obviously, like maybe potentially they'll release another free HD texture pack, or again, modders will just help improve the look of the game.
But perhaps the development team wanted to keep with the times. A year later, graphics can look pretty cruddy a year later. So they just thought to themselves, do you know what, stuff it, we're going to bring out a HD pack, revitalise this game for people who've got top-end PCs with Titan X or Titan Black graphics cards, and just to try and get the interest flowing again. Do you think that's what they were aiming for there?
And it's probably the limiting factor was the console, and then they've gone, right, PCs can do a bit more. Let's do a little
PCs aren't the same as the console parts, are they? Really are. I think that's an unfair way to say it. They're not parts, none of them are, unless otherwise specified. PC games are generally created differently to how the console games are created, as is Xboxes to PlayStation 4.
Unless you're Arkham Knight.
Right, yes. Which is where all the problems started, so... Yeah.
Shots fired.
Yeah, just a little bit of a dig.
Well, that's come back out again, and apparently it's been slated for still being buggy and broken, so...
Yeah, I got my...
Speaking of that noise that I just made, you can actually do ricochet shots.
What?
Interesting.
What
I read somewhere you could do ricochet shots. That might be a lie. I might not be sure.
That'd be absolutely crazy, you know, a bit like on Alien... was it Resurrection? Was it Alien 4 Resurrection, where that guy could, like, shoot a bullet all the way around
the guy from CSI New Vegas?
Yes, I know what you mean now, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
It didn't actually go up into space, did he? But, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, he could, like, ricochet off and hit the back of someone's head.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely
He had them
awesome.
tiny little guns, didn't he?
Perhaps that's a perk with the VAT system. Perhaps you can have a ricochet perk, and it'll draw a line. A bit like, you know, if you ever play a pool game simulator or anything like that, and you're taking a shot, and it actually shows you the trajectory of the ball off the cushions. Perhaps you get something like that, shows, and you can, like, readjust it so it hits someone in the back of the head. I don't know. Why shoot them in the back of the head? Perhaps you want to shoot someone...
You can backstab people, because there's actually achievements for backstabbing. I've seen them.
Okay. That's interesting.
But that means you can probably be more stealthy than you could be on previous Fallouts.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. That could be, yeah. So that could mean you could be in disguise, couldn't it? Infiltrating in disguise.
Possibly.
And then you could set, like, a mutinous riot going, and then it gives you the opportunity to do whatever the objective is. That's definitely an interesting thing, is that, guys? So what do you think? Again, please comment. I'm just going to move swiftly to the end and just wrap things up now. I've just read some Fallout beer. Apparently, there's crates of beer out for the launch time. I don't know who it's made by or anything. I don't know much information on this, but apparently it does taste reminiscent of Carlsberg beer. So perhaps Carlsberg are behind that. Who knows? But it's there. It's out. I have no idea where you can buy it from. So have a good shout about and see if you can find some. If you do find some, let me know in the comments. I won't mind getting pissed on that. Some irradiated water. And I'm going to go say see you later and toodle pip. Till next time. Say bye-bye, everyone.
Bye,
bye, everyone.
See ya.
See yas.